It's Emily. And if you couldn't tell, I'm at Disney World, specifically EPCOT. EPCOT is known for walking around the world, eating around the world, drinking around the world, but today we're gonna be building around the world.
In this video, I want to build at least one Lego set for every country at EPCOT in a single day. The idea is that each set represents something to do with that country or region of the world. If you didn't know this about me, I love building Lego. I usually build at home, but more recently I built Lego at an airport and then attempted to build on the Millennium Falcon. Today, I'm doing my most ambitious building challenge, building a Lego set in all 11 countries at EPCOT. And before we get to the first country, let's rewind a bit. I had to get up early to get to the parks by 9. Going through security made me a little nervous.
It's time. I made it through. Welcome to EPCOT.
I got my snacky snack, got my caffeine, and headed inside EPCOT.
It's the Flower and Garden Festival happening right now. There's Figment behind me.
There are two huge points of contention by EPCOT goers. One is Figment. Either you love him or you hate him. And by you, I mean me, because I have a love-hate relationship with him. The second is whether you start at Canada or at Mexico. I always start at Mexico, and I have my reasons. Mexico has many margaritas. Canada has 0 margaritas. Speaking of Mexico, we should probably find a place to build our first set. I know what you're probably wondering. Emily, what Lego set could it be? What represents Mexico? I brought a piñata.
I also found this table right outside of the pyramid. Tables are all a little dirty, but we're just gonna deal with that. Let's get started.
Building this Lego set was honestly terrifying for me. I got a handful of weird looks during the build, especially when I somehow flung a piece 10 feet away. We were also right in the sun, and the table had holes in it, which if you've ever built Lego, you know it's kind of a problem. But for being the first build, it could have been a lot worse.
Okay, check this out. Here's our finished piñata, and inside is the confetti. It's so colorful and it's so dorky looking. Let's get it put away.
The first country is done, and we built the cutest little piñata.
Now we're going to Norway. There's a lot of things that I've learned so far after building at EPCOT. We've only made it to Mexico. There's 10 other countries, and I am already overheated. I am exhausted. It's actually like a pleasant day out, but it's not so pleasant in the sun. The sun is really hot. So there's a few things that I want to do differently once we get to other countries. Number one is find a spot in the shade. I didn't do that last time. There's mariachi. Awesome. I love EPCOT. Anyways, number one, spot in the shade. Number two, maybe find a spot indoors. And then number three is to find a table that doesn't have holes all over it so I don't lose any more pieces. I think I only lost one last time, hoping for 0 next time. Here we are in Norway.
As anyone who's ever looked at a map knows, right next to Mexico is Norway. I've been to Norway. Here's some pictures that I apparently thought were worthwhile at the time, and a meme I found in my camera roll. Speaking of camera roll, it's time to roll up to Norway and get settled in.
Let's go find a good spot to build. I have a fun set for this one. I am in the shade.
Now, being in Norway, you probably assume I'm going to do a Frozen set. Well, that would be correct.
I'm going to be building this little Elsa cart. It's, what is it called? Elsa's Frozen Treats. I think it's cute. I wish I actually had a frozen treat right now, but I'll deal with that later.
Throughout the whole build, I was wearing these little rings that come in the set. I've never seen this before, but they're little, like, Lego friendship rings with characters on them.
The rings are actually so ridiculous. I've never seen this in Lego before.
They remind me of those cupcakes I used to have at birthday parties as a kid.
I just finished our little Elsa cart. I put her on the other side of it with her little snowman friend. This piece in the front is printed and I love that. But now while we're in Norway, there's actually a place where you can go meet Anna and Elsa, and I want to go show her her little cart. I want to see what she thinks. It's 25 minutes. I guess I don't have to meet Elsa today. I didn't think it would be that long of a wait. That line was way too long. I'm not doing that. Overall, that build was a lot more pleasant than when we were in Mexico for the piñata. That was actually miserable. It's way too hot outside to be standing in the sun like that. Our little frozen cart was so pleasant.
Building Elsa's little treat stand was a fun one.
Now it's time to do the same thing in China. And they actually have the perfect Disney Lego set to be building here. It's like shockingly perfect for this. And I'll show you in a second, but first I need to go find a spot in the shade. I'm not doing the sun again.
Now let's get down to business. The set I chose for China is
my Chinese New Year Mickey. I thought this would be perfect. It's Disney, it's China. Official title is the Spring Festival Mickey Mouse. Let's get started. This little whip piece is his tail. This is one of his ears. Pretty much every Lego brickhead out there has a little pink piece. That's his brain. Here we have our Lunar New Year Mickey Mouse. The bench wasn't the best place to build a Lego set because I'm kind of like crouched over and now my back is sore. But at least we stayed out of the sun. And he's so cute. This was definitely worth it.
Love my little brickhead Mickey.
The perfect set for China. All right, now what's next? Germany's next. I think we might stop for a pretzel in Germany. I'm starting to get hungry.
Now that all of China knows I'm here, let's head to Germany.
All right. I made it to Germany. I found a spot in the sun here because there weren't too many options. As for the Lego set, I couldn't think of anything super German. I was thinking Snow White maybe, but I wasn't really feeling it. So I decided on the quintessentially German Adidas shoe. The box is super cute. It looks like a little shoe box, but it's actually a tiny shoe and a minifigure. And I'm starting to get hungry and a little thirsty. Plus we're in Germany. So my husband ran off to grab me some building fuel. It might be beer. I can't get it open.
I actually used to live in Germany and spoke pretty good German. When I was first learning the language, I listened to Disney princess songs in German on repeat and now know every word to Disney songs in German. I like to think of it as my hidden talent, except it's not hidden anymore and it's not really a talent.
I just finished the build. Here's our little minifigure. He is so cute. He has his boombox and microphone. I guess he's like a DJ or something. But then the shoe. I love this build. I think it is so cute. The little Adidas tag, the laces, the classic white stripes. I feel like they're called something. The white stripes, I forget. Gotta fuel up. This is EPCOT after all. But then look at this pretzel Ross brought me. This thing is huge. I'm just living my best life right now. I didn't like that. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. That pretzel that I just had, it wasn't even good. I was just starving.
Germany is one of the best countries at EPCOT, according to people, and by people, I mean me. I love the vibe. The buildings are themed so well, and the animatronics here are some of the best I've ever seen.
You're beautiful.
They look so real.
That one's like, why didn't I get a pretzel? I want to touch it.
Duck is actually one of the first words I ever learned in German, besides cucumber. Now that we've built our Adidas shoe for Germany, let's make like those magical Disney ducks and waddle our way over to Italy.
Welcome to Italy. I am building the most stereotypical set ever, but I think it works. We're going with a Vespa. It's actually kind of perfect. It's just over 100 pieces. Let's build. Side note, I actually have a beautiful view of the EPCOT ball way over there. It's perfect.
Speaking of perfect, I feel like the perfect bucket list country to visit would be Italy. I've never been, but whenever I watch movies like Luca, I get the itch to vacation there. I should probably see a doctor about that, actually. But while I'm building this Vespa, a girl came up next to me and was just kind of staring at me for what felt like 10 minutes. I was like, this is so awkward. To be totally fair, I do look like a complete weirdo in this situation.
Here we have our Vespa. I love the handlebars, the little wheels as well. Wheelie. It's a cute little build, very Italy. Reminds me of the Lizzie McGuire movie, actually. There's no real steering capability, no motion side to side.
I love how the Vespa turned out, but you know what rhymes with Vespa?
Let's go to America. I made it to America. I have the biggest headache of my life. I hit my elbow in the bathroom and I think it gave me a concussion somehow. Welcome to America. This is actually the only country in EPCOT that I've never been to. It's a joke. It's funny. I figured that the most stereotypically American Lego set that exists right now on shelves is this little burger stand. It's actually a burger food truck, but I'm not building the truck because I only have so many hours in the day. So we're only building the little burger stand out of this. I think it's gonna look really cute. Let's get started.
Last time I was in America at EPCOT, Neil Patrick Harris was there for the candlelight processional that they do every year during the holidays.
I've been doing it for 13 years.
Love him, so that was neat. My friends ditched me during that though. They went off to go ride something, so I was just hanging out alone watching Neil Patrick Harris.
All right, this build is actually so cute. We have our minifigure here, and you can have him holding a little tiny burger. There's sesame seeds on top, just like the burger from our burger stand. There's like a door on the side that opens up. The piece on the front is printed. I think it's a whole wheat burger, which is just like objectively not as good, but still pretty cool. I love this build. I would give this little burger stand a 10 out of 10. I think this is fantastic.
Did you order a burger?
Now let's go to Japan. I made it to Japan. I love this archway over here, but now I need to find a good place to build. I think there's actually a lot of places. There's beautiful Zen gardens here. I love it. And the sun is gone. It's so cloudy now. It feels great. I'm gonna try to build near the fishies. They have a giant koi pond here. Perfect. Konnichiwa. I found a spot way in the back here, but it actually works out perfectly. The seats are actually cushioned, which is incredible. And for Japan, I found the perfect Lego set. It's a Japanese postcard. It's the biggest set of all of them. It has 260 pieces, so this will probably take me a while. But once we finish this, we're over halfway done. Let's get started.
This was the largest Lego set by almost double, but it was also the most peaceful. This area is kind of hidden away, and I was surrounded by fishies and felt the zen flowing through me. Halfway through building the set, some drums started playing.
There's some drums going on now. Here's where we're at so far.
There's a drum show happening, so I got to listen to that while finishing up my build.
The background for it is so pretty. I have finished my Japanese postcard. I love the 3D aspect of these. Plus, there's a lot of features in this set that are actually here at EPCOT. I think it's really pretty. I love the colors. Make a nice little shelf display when I get home. And now I think the next country is Morocco, and I have a really cute little Disney set for that one. I'm excited.
We're just Moroccan our way around the world.
I'm so tired.
Japan is done. Only 4 more countries left.
I made it to Morocco. Morocco, and I found a nice little quiet place to build. The table's actually so pretty too. I love the tile. The build for this is called Jasmine and Mulan's Adventure. Turns out Jasmine does show up in Morocco here sometimes, so that's the closest thing I could find in Morocco that wasn't Agrabah. It was like 600 pieces, and I just don't have time for that.
There's like another table in there that might be better.
You think so?
It's nice inside. Go check it out.
Found an even cooler spot inside. Look at all this stuff on the walls. The decoration is so pretty. Look at that. We're even in the shade. I'm building Jasmine and Mulan's Adventure, and I'm only gonna build the Jasmine part of it. We have the flying carpet. We have her tiger. Oh gosh, what's the tiger's name? I forgot. I don't know. Anyways, it looks like a really fun set.
I probably got the most weird looks here in Morocco for some reason. There weren't many people around, but y'all, it was so cute. These two girls walked by at one point.
I love this for you.
Oh,
I love you, Lego set.
that one's so cute. All right, I actually love this location for building. This was so much fun, but check it out. Here's our little Agrabah palace. I love the color scheme in this. Jasmine is adorable. And here's her tiger and a flying carpet. Ross also got me a little mimosa. What is this? Pomegranate mimosa. EPCOT. It's been a really long day being outside. Kind of tired, but we're almost there, y'all. We are so close. After Morocco, we still have France, UK, Canada. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost done.
Moving on now, I see Morocco, I see France, I see Lumiere made out of plants.
I made it to France, and this is actually the best view ever. The Skyliners are going by right behind me. Everyone's walking over to the Ratatouille ride that's just over that way. And the sun's starting to go down. It's 5:45. A really long day, y'all. But for France, I got a little bit creative here because there's not really a French Lego set that's small enough. There is the Parisian restaurant, there's Beauty and the Beast, but there's not really a good Beauty and the Beast set out right now. So I went with Belle's Enchanted Rose. It kind of works, right? Close enough. So I'm gonna build this one for France. Plus, it was an excuse to buy more flowers, so you can't go wrong with that.
After adjusting my table, I started hearing the most interesting conversation that was happening next to me. These two 10-year-old girls were just chanting, "We want food," over and over, and I was like, wow, same. So I sent my husband to go get me some food as well.
We just finished our rose. The Lego roses are seriously some of my favorite things on this planet. The little leafy parts are cool. And I only built one of them because of time constraints, but the set does come with two. I like that it's kind of tilty too, just like Belle's Enchanted Rose. I'm really happy. I think it's really beautiful. It's perfect for France. It smells like plastic though.
While I was here, I wanted to have some fun with the rose before moving on to the UK. I think Belle and the Beast really liked my build. But now with the rose complete, there's only 2 more countries left, the UK and Canada. I really wanted to take a stroll through the UK tea garden before finding a spot to build the next set.
I made the long trek to the UK. I'm outside the Rose and Crown Bar Pub. Rose and Crown Pub. This is a double-decker bus. Shout out to my good friend Greg from London Bridge Bricks. He bought this for me when I was in London. We went to the Lego store together. It was an incredible time.
I'm not letting you guys leave without getting you one of these. You're in London, you need a London bus.
Of course.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
think we do. Oh, thank you. But I figured since I didn't build this when I was actually in the UK, I'll build it while I'm in the UK at EPCOT. I just like the little bus. I'm so sorry.
This was the most embarrassing thing ever. So I spilled all the pieces onto the ground when opening up one of the bags. People around me were like what's happening? And the sweetest girl I met sitting nearby helped me pick all of it up. It was actually her birthday, so I hope she had an awesome birthday.
All right, I just finished my little bus. It didn't take that long at all. And I feel like this is the perfect place to build it in the UK. I love the sign on each side. This one's kind of like just visit London. And then the other sign is the brick separator, like a scary movie. That's kind of fun. Also, the sun's going down, so let's go to Canada. Last time I was here, I think all of this was closed. I didn't see it the last few times I was here, actually. It's so pretty. I love the garden. That's kind of weird. They have like a red telephone booth here. Do they have those in Canada? I thought that was only like a UK thing. Here we have Niagara Falls, and there's a few benches in the area, so I think one of these will be good for building. Maybe over this way? All right, I'm just chilling on the bench next to Niagara Falls. And the Lego set I'm building for Canada is kind of a cop-out, honestly, but I don't know what a Canadian Lego set would be. So I got the Otter Battle Pack. There's water in it, Niagara Falls. Maybe, you know, just go with it. It's the last country on the list. I'm tired. This is what we came up with. I'm just gonna try to build it on this bench here. Let's see how it goes.
This is the most uncomfy build for sure. There really aren't many places in Canada to just go hang out, and it's probably the country I spend the least time in typically. But the water and gardens were really nice nearby.
I love the minifigure for this park ranger. She looks so good. All right, I think I did it. Check that out. Here's our final build in the ATV. I just love the little otters. I've done 11 Lego sets, one for every country. country. I am so tired. I didn't think this would be this exhausting, but here we are. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all, this was actually so much fun. Well, I mean, it was fun after I got over the just inherent awkwardness of building Lego in public with people watching. But it was definitely worth it getting to build the Lego sets that kind of correspond with each country. And you know, I've actually learned a lot about myself throughout this process of building Lego around the world. I learned that I have absolutely no shame. Got some pretty weird looks, and I just didn't care. It was fantastic. Number 2, I burn pretty easily. I am a decent red rosy color right now, and I definitely shouldn't be. I've learned that I am not a fast builder. I don't know how many pieces that I built today, but I will put the number here because I learned that I can build that number in 7 hours. It took me 7 hours to build that number. Have I learned anything else? I don't think so. Actually, there is one more thing. Even though the countries of EPCOT might not be real, maybe the real EPCOT is the friends we made along the way.